revenues for 2010 were projected at $2,539,000. Again, these are approximate figures. Operations for 2010 are estimated at $1,030,000, while total projects for 2010 are estimated at $2,870,000. That leaves an unencumbered balance at the end of 2010 of approximately $1,141,000, which just barely covers park operations for the following year. By looking at our Parks Master Plan, which, oh, by the way, can be found at www.orangetwp.org, little plug there, and assuming that we wish to continue carrying out the wishes of our residents according to our township-wide recreational survey that was part of the Parks Master Plan, I think it's pleasing to see that we can easily use a park levy of, well, heck, a lot more. However, based on current economic conditions, it's my belief that we can continue our daily park operations and make moderate progress on the build-out of our parks and trails with a renewal levy of 1.5 mils. And with that, I turn the conversation over to our Parks Liaison, Rob Quigley.
I think you covered it. You didn't leave much more. Appreciate that. Well, I just like to make a statement to the point of the fact that this has been evaluated. We are basing this off the master plan, and that master plan did have community input. We were trying to do what we can to fulfill what the community has asked of the township. One thing I do want to note is that we are trying, the Hugh is trying to provide for grants to help pay for some of these projects. Knowing that some of these projects, grants, are more or less payback grants, which means we have to have the funds up front to pay for these projects, and then we will receive funds once they're completed. And knowing that, looking at the whole picture in the long run, ultimately this will save us money, save the township residents money in the long run. But right now, we need people to provide for those funds to finish these projects. So I would make that very apparent that at this point, as Nelson mentioned, we could use more. We don't feel it's the right time to be adding more, but we still continue on with what the public has asked and put together a plan of what we feel would be justified to come out and levy, knowing that we are also asking for grants to help us out. So, do you have anything else to fill in?
Well, I actually have 4 points that I'd like to cover regarding the levy. And the first is just adding on to what Mr. Katz and Mr. Quigley have also already said, is the trail plan is based upon the Orange Township Trails and Greenways Master Plan that was completed in 2008. It will make neighborhood trail connections based upon master plan locations. When the trail system is completed, this is the master plan in and of itself, it will connect Allen Creek State Park at the north to the Metro Park south of us, Highland High Banks. It'll connect Orange Township in general to Genoa, Westerville, Liberty, and Berlin. It will connect East Orange Township to West Orange Township via a bridge over 23, which is what we're looking at in 2010. It connects neighborhoods and parks and schools. The trails themselves are amenities. So as part of that, within the master plan itself, I just kind of want to state for the record that in the master plan itself, based upon national standards, in order for Orange Township to meet those national standards, they recommended that we build 12.5 miles of trails. And we're working towards that. And the master plan really kind of builds on that and I think satisfies a lot of that criteria. Within the master plan, trails were the second priority item in the master plan, with 55% of the respondents saying that the trails were important. 58.2 said it was a medium to high priority to have a north-south connection along Old State, which is in the future plan, and 51.6 stated that it was a medium to high priority to link all existing future parks with Orange Township. The second point I'd like to talk about is I provided the trustees with a graphic that shows budget-wise, what's shown are all the trails that are either have not been built, are not existing, and are not in the budget for 2010. And they include the Freedom Trail from Allen Creek to Westerville, the Allen Creek Park to Jaycox that would connect that to Genoa, Old State Powell Road to Hidden Cove, which is up towards Berlin, Powell Road, Old State to the Loveland Lake, which is a park property, the Metro Park Owen Field to park entry into High Banks, and west to the township line, which would connect us to Liberty, Hidden Ravines Drive to North Orange Park, Gooding to Home Road that would then connect to 23, the Railroad Trail, Graphics Way to connect to the 23 bridge, the 23 bridge to Lewis Center Road, which is a north-south connector, and the bridge itself. Those projects alone, which do not include any park development, don't include any additions or enhancements to the existing parks, those are right now estimated without any engineering, without detailed look at, that we have in the budget for 2010, total $10,550,000. And that's kind of where it comes in, where Mr. Katz said we, could look at requesting additional to have an aggressive park trail plan. But this brings me to my third point. I think that we can balance out raising the levy with our grants program. We've also been very aggressive with grant programs. In 2010, we're going to apply for 4 grants. 2 COTF grants, one for Allen Creek Freedom Trail, which is over by the new school, in the amount of $500,000. That's the grant. We're going to apply for a second COTF grant for the rail trail at Lewis Center, which will be north of Glen Oaks Park. That would be for $350,000. The RTP grant, which we'll look at for the trail along the railroad tracks within Glen Oaks Park, is for a $150,000 grant. And the LWCF is a grant for the playground equipment within Glen Oaks Park. That total grant application for 2010 is $1,040,000. My third point is with the grants. With the grants, all of these grants are reimbursement grants. Without the levy money to build the project, we can't get reimbursed for that project. So basically, not passing the levy diminishes any opportunity to apply for these grants because we have to show that we have the money to build them. It's kind of cart before the horse, but that's the way the grants are set up. So they are reimbursement grants. So once we get the money back, then we can take that reimbursement and move on to the next project. So basically, without the levy, we not only lose the levy money, but we lose all the grant money with that. And the grant money is just huge value for the dollar. So a 1.5 mil levy doesn't just give us those levy dollars. It gives us the opportunity to apply for $1 million+ dollars. And my fourth point is the stimulus money isn't going to last forever. So these grants won't necessarily be around forever, and the opportunity to get them won't be around forever. So I think we need to take advantage of it now. Are there any questions?
I just have a comment.